Hi everyone, so for today's video this is going to be, well, it's long overdue. I've been meaning to make this video for a long time, but it is going to be a dreamcatcher tutorial on my actual dreamcatcher kits. So I do make these kits. They are available on my Etsy and my website, but they come any colour combination you like, or I just have all the regular ones already made up. I will link them down below in case you would like to make one for yourself. But this is going to be a tutorial just exactly for these kits. So if you did buy one of these kits and that's why you're here, or if you're only just finding out about them and you would like to try one, then this video is going to help you make it. So inside the kits you get everything you need to make a dreamcatcher, and I will show you the one that I have made for this video. So you get an instruction sheet. So these are the basic instructions on how to make the dreamcatcher web. On the back I have the links and stuff to my website and whatnot, so, and it also links to my YouTube so you can find the tutorial. And then this is the one that I've made. So they all come in bags, and then they come in these little bags. Everything you need is inside it. So this is the one I have made from the exact kit. So I just chose a dark blue one because I'm going to put this in my boys' room after. But this is what you can make, and this is what I'm going to show you in this video. So it's how to make this dreamcatcher. So you do get 8 beads, you get half a skein of thread, you get plenty of ribbon for you to wrap the hoop, have it on, and you even get extra in there. And then you get 3 feathers as well. So if you would like to see how to make this exact dreamcatcher, please keep on watching, and I will link them down below. So there you go. Okay, so I'm just going to do a voiceover for this part of the video because I thought that would be the best way for me to explain things while I show you at the same time. So this is how the kit comes. They just come in these plastic bags to keep everything organised and safe together, and inside you get an instruction sheet, 1 metal hoop, a plastic needle, 8 beads, 3 split rings, ribbon, thread, and I believe that is everything. So I'm just going to lay them out flat here for you to see them properly all. Oh, you get 3 feathers as well, I forgot to say that. So you get the 3 feathers. But yeah, so as you can see here, I'm just laying them out, getting everything organised, seeing what I've got before we start. So now I'm just going to get everything out of my way so I can start this tutorial process. Just put everything to the side that you're not using. Maybe if you have a little tub or something, you could pop the beads into a little tub. Oh, cats, come on. Why is this every single video? Right, so as I was saying, yeah. So now I'm just going to wrap the metal hoop in the ribbon. This is going to change the hoop from silver to whichever colour kit that you do get. Now in this clip you can see me using tape. I don't usually use tape, I usually use glue, but I wasn't actually at home, I wasn't in the office, and I didn't have any glue, so I used tape. And fun fact, it worked really good, and actually in the end of the video you can't even see the tape because I used it to finish off the ribbon as well, and you can't see it like once the dreamcatcher and everything's made. So as far as I'm aware, like, you know, it actually worked, so I wasn't expecting that. But here I am just chopping off the end of that, and then the hoop is all done and it is ready. So now we can start the fun part, the actual dreamcatcher web. So here you see me, I'm just double knotting the thread on. Doesn't matter where on the hoop you do it, just do it wherever, but make sure that it's really tight and it is not going to go anywhere, because if this comes undone your whole web is going to fall apart, and that is the last thing you're going to want. So thread the needle. We use the needle just because it gives you a lot more control and it stops the end from fraying, so you know, super helpful, and you can get in with more detail with the needle than you would if you were just threading it through with your fingers. So here you go, this is how we start it. So you have it over the top of the hoop, you pull it around the back and through the little hole. So here you can see I'm showing you the little hole it makes. So around the back, pull it through, and it creates the little hole. So I'm going to show you again. Just make sure that all of your spaces are completely even, because this is going to give the web a neater look at the end. It's just going to keep it very uniform. So again, over and through. Hopefully you can really see what I'm doing on here. I'm going to show you from the top view right now. So you go over the hoop and back underneath. And I'm just going to speed this part up for you. So if you do need to see it a few more times, please do feel free to rewind that back and watch it as many times as you need to. But basically you go around the hoop and loop it back through underneath itself. I'm going to show you here again because it's the same process the entire way around. So with this part, you go through the hole that you created in the first row, underneath and over that string that cuts right across, and then pull it. And make sure you're pulling it tight as you go, because you do not want this to be saggy. You want it to be really firm and hold its shape on its own. You don't want it to be on the wall and it be droopy. So again, you just put it through there and loop it through and then pull it tight. And again, under and pull it through. Just like that. And it is the entire dreamcatcher process is exactly the same. So once you get the hang of it, you know, it really does become simple. I know at first it might seem really, really tricky, but you just give it a bit of time, keep practicing with it, and you're going to get it. You'll end up getting pretty fast with it too. So when you get, you know, towards the end, you'll really know what you're doing, and it'll just be, I guess, like second nature. Well, for me now, I don't even really have to think about it anymore because I make so many. But yeah, it just takes practice, but you'll get there. So here I am just counting all the spaces out, because when you want to add the beads, it's super important that you figure out how many spaces you've made and evenly distribute your beads. Or you could just put them however you want. So you don't need to do your beads exactly how I'm doing it. This is the great thing about the kits. You can customize it however you want. So say if you only wanted to put 3 beads in the web, you could just put 3. You don't need to use them all. You could add the rest onto the feathers. It really is up to you. I just like to put them evenly spaced out, one in the middle, because I think it looks really effective. So I just leave a gap in between each bead, so it just has like a little bit of breathing room. Again, you don't have to do this. If you only had 8 sections to begin with, you could put a bead on every single one, and that would look great too. Like I say, it's completely up to you and it's completely customizable, which is the great thing about it. So as you can see here, I am just carrying this on, and once you've added in your beads, then you basically just carry on that same technique all the way through until you get to the end of the dreamcatcher. Now, when you get to the end of the dreamcatcher, there is a certain way that I like to finish it off, which I think really helps with the overall appearance at the end. It just draws it all in. It really tightens the web, which is great. So, you know, if you have made any mistakes and it is a little bit loose in areas, it'll just tighten it all up. So I'm just going to show you how I do that right now. So basically what you have to do is, when you get to this kind of point, you're almost right at the end and the gaps are getting really small and hard to maybe thread through. So what you're going to do is you're going to weave it in between the last row that you created. So over and under through the last holes in the web that you've done. Now you do this the entire way around the circle, just as I'm going to show you now. So you go under, over, under, over. Can you see what I'm doing there? So just weave it through the holes in the last row. Make sure you don't go into any other row, just the last row. So once you have done that the whole way around the circle, so it has to be the whole way around, because when you pull it, you want it to be even, otherwise it's going to go off to one side if you haven't gone the whole way around. So once you have, I've just got a little knot here. Excuse me while I just get that knot out. It happens. If you get a knot, don't keep pulling on it because you'll only make it harder to get out. Just try and work your way out of it as soon as you see it, and then, you know, it'll be so much easier to get out that way. So like I say, follow it through all the way around. There you go. Now I think I'm done. So there you go. And now you can see me pulling it. And when you pull it, like I say, it just draws it all in. So now I like to add a bead into the middle. I think it's a really nice focal point. So in order to help me do that, I'm going to put the needle back on, because the web at the end gets very tight. And this just makes it easier to make a knot So you can thread it through wherever you see a gap, and then just double knot it. Make sure you double knot everything because you don't want it to come undone. So chop off all your excess threads, you don't need those anymore, and your hoop is officially done. So you have made the dreamcatcher part of this, the actual web. So now what we're going to do is take some of that leftover ribbon, and we are going to make something to hang from the top, so you can actually hang the dreamcatcher by it. Now you don't actually need to do this if you don't like the look of it. You can actually hang the dreamcatcher straight off of a nail or a pitch hook on the wall without the ribbon. You don't need to have the ribbon, but a traditional dreamcatcher, they always, if you buy one online, you'll see that they all have this kind of ribbon, which is why I like to include it. So yeah, make sure you double knot that as well, because again, you don't want it to come undone, because then your dreamcatcher is going to fall off the wall, and we don't want that. So double knot, chop off the excess because you don't need those really long bits. And now we're going to move on to the feathers. So here we are with the feathers. Now in each kit I hand select every single feather. So you will always have one feather that is the biggest, and you will have two that are the exact same. Now the two that are the exact same will face the opposite direction to each other. And these are designed to go on the edges, and the big feather it can face either direction, but it'll be the biggest one, so it'll be the most noticeable, and that one is designed to go into the middle. Again, you don't have to do this. This is your kit. You can put them wherever you want to. That is completely your choice. I just do this for people if they want it to look symmetrical. So I'm going to actually use some of the leftover string, and I'm going to tie one of the feathers onto it. So I'm going to have some length. Instead of just having like a cluster dreamcatcher, I'm actually going to give it some length by adding this detail on. So again, I'm just making sure that I double knot that, and I'm actually going to add my last bead on there, just as a little bit of detail. Now you can put this on before you thread it through the feather or after, it really doesn't matter, as long as you leave yourself enough string to tie it on. It doesn't affect how it hangs, it still will hang straight. So for the last two feathers, I actually have the split rings here. Now I do include three for all three feathers in case you don't want to hang one off of the string. That's absolutely fine. So with the split rings, you just prise it open with your fingers. It's super easy to do. You don't need any tools, you don't need any pliers, and you just loop it through the web. Now I like to put it through where you can see I have actually connected the string to the web. So this is going to hold it in place, and it's not going to keep slipping. This is just going to keep it exactly where you want it. So I would say a good tip is to follow the ribbon straight down, and that will be where your first feather goes, so you know where the middle is. And then the other, your last two, you can actually work backwards from, and just make sure everything's spaced evenly. So you have one in the middle and two on each side. So just make sure you fasten the clips really well, otherwise your feather is going to fall out, and again, we don't want that. So once you've completed all of those steps, your dreamcatcher is officially finished, and now you can pop it on the wall. A great place to put your dreamcatcher is on the wall behind your bed, or if the sunlight does not hit there, then I would suggest you put it somewhere in your room where the sunlight hits first thing in the morning. Okay, so if you did make it to the end of that tutorial, please do let me know in the comments if you have ever made a dreamcatcher, or if you would like to, and if you're going to have a look and see if any of the colour choices for this suit your fancy. I will link my Etsy because that's probably got the best colour options on there, and you can also request a custom order, so you can choose everything in it. You can choose the colour of the ribbon, the colour of the feathers, the colour of the beads. It's totally up to you. So this is basically the end result, which you will have seen in the video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did like it, then please like and subscribe. I know I was really late on my upload this week. I've been so busy, and I had other issues as to why I couldn't upload, which I'm not going to get into on here. But yeah, I couldn't upload Monday, so hopefully this gets up really, really soon. I did film it on Sunday, and I'm filming this part now on Monday. So I'm hoping to get it all edited, put together and up for you, but you'll be seeing it now, so all good. But yeah, back to regular schedule next week. So yeah, if you did like it, again, like and subscribe, really, really helps the channel out. Comment down below as well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.